They are ancient, cold-blooded kings of the water predators so perfectly designed that evolution itself has barely touched them for over 200 million years. The crocodile is not just an animal. It's a living fossil, a symbol of raw power, patience, and primal survival. When you look into its eyes, you're staring back through time, into an age when dinosaurs ruled the earth and only the most ruthless survived. This is the story of the crocodile, the river's silent assassin, nature's oldest perfection. A crocodile's life begins in the secrecy of a nest built by its mother on the riverbank. The female, often fiercely protective, buries her eggs in sand or vegetation where the warmth of the sun incubates them for about 90 days. Inside each egg, a tiny reptile grows, already armed with instincts older than humanity itself. When the hatchlings are ready, they emit high-pitched chirps from inside their shells, calling their mother for help. She carefully digs them out, holding them gently in her jaws and carrying them to the safety of the water. From the very beginning, a crocodile's world is one of danger. Birds, fish, and even other crocodiles prey upon the young. Only a handful from a clutch of dozens survive to adulthood, a cruel but necessary balance of nature. As they grow, young crocodiles feed on insects, frogs, and small fish, but as they mature, their appetite and their dominance expands. With each year, their size increases dramatically. Some species, like the saltwater crocodile, can reach lengths of over 20 feet and weigh more than 1,000 kilograms. They are the largest reptiles on Earth, perfectly engineered for ambush and attack. Every muscle, every scale, and every sense in their body is tuned for one purpose: to strike with speed and precision. Their jaws close with a force of over 3,500 pounds per square inch, strong enough to crush bone or drag a full-grown buffalo underwater. Yet they can also move silently, gliding through murky rivers with only their eyes and nostrils above the surface, invisible until it's too late. There are more than 13 known species of crocodiles across the world. The Nile crocodile of Africa, the saltwater crocodile of Asia and Australia, the American crocodile of the Caribbean, and smaller species like the dwarf crocodile of West Africa each rule their own domains. The saltwater crocodile, also known as salty, is the most aggressive and widespread, inhabiting rivers, deltas, and even open sea. In contrast, the Nile crocodile dominates. Crocodiles are not mindless killers. Studies have shown they use teamwork and strategy to hunt, often herding fish toward the riverbanks or coordinating movements during feeding frenzies. They remember territories, migration patterns, and even recognize individual humans who visit their habitats regularly. Their eyes are adapted with vertical pupils that can see in near darkness, allowing them to hunt both day and night. Beneath that cold gaze is a creature capable of learning, planning, and surviving in ways most predators cannot. A crocodile's lifespan is impressive. In the wild, they can live anywhere from 70 to 100 years, depending on species and environment. In captivity, with regular feeding and no threat of rivals, some have been known to surpass that. The world's most famous crocodiles include Cassius, a saltwater crocodile from Australia measuring over 17 feet long and recognized by the Guinness World Records, and Lelong, a massive 20.4-foot crocodile from the Philippines that once held the title of the largest in captivity before his death in 2013. These giants remind us how massive and ancient these creatures can become when nature allows them to thrive. Some celebrities have also developed a fascination with crocodiles. The late Steve Irwin, known as the Crocodile Hunter, dedicated his life to studying and protecting these animals. Through his work, millions of people around the world came to see crocodiles, not as monsters, but as vital members of the ecosystem. His legacy continues through wildlife conservation centers and his family's ongoing efforts to protect these reptiles from hunting and habitat loss. Crocodiles play a crucial role in their environment. As apex predators, they help maintain balance in aquatic ecosystems by controlling fish populations and removing weak or sick animals. Their nesting behavior enriches riverbanks with nutrients, supporting vegetation and smaller species that depend on these ecosystems. Without crocodiles, rivers and wetlands could easily become overpopulated with fish, throwing entire food chains into chaos. Despite their power, crocodiles face growing threats: habitat destruction, pollution, and illegal hunting for their valuable skin have pushed several species toward endangerment. Wetlands are being drained for agriculture, and rivers polluted with industrial waste leave crocodiles struggling to find clean environments. While their numbers remain stable in some regions, others like the Philippine and Orinoco crocodiles are critically endangered. Conservation programs, breeding centers, and strict wildlife laws have become the last line of defense for these ancient survivors.